David.
Hello, Daniel.
This is Crosspod Wordcast.
That's right. And I'm David.
And I'm Daniel.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. We're back to a first Thursday, which is exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to be back on schedule a little bit. And now we might expect that in 2 weeks, weeks from now, we'll do it again.
Do it again. We'll be back.
And from now on, maybe we'll try to be back on schedule to a first and third Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
Until it gets deviated.
Yeah. We are known to be deviant sometimes.
That's true.
Known deviants.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
But this is Crosspod Wordcast. It's a crossword puzzle podcast. If it's your first time checking us out, we like to solve crossword puzzles, and primarily we'll solve the New York Times crossword puzzle. But sometimes we change, and we usually do the day's puzzle. But last time, David, do you remember? We went 10 years in the past.
And it was disastrous. We did not complete the puzzle.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a disappointment. We had quite a few clues left.
And we did a Friday as well. I think we're used to doing Thursdays, and Thursdays do give you more of a theme to latch onto. This Wednesday one that you have as a placeholder that is just sitting in front of us right now is pretty curious looking. It looks like a little alien.
Yeah. I mean, we could always, just give ourselves a little gimme once in a while.
A gimme, just a really quick one. But I don't know. I still think Thursdays are more fun. I think the challenge is what is. It's a bit more entertaining if you struggle.
Okay, yeah. I agree. It's a bit more entertaining if you struggle. Any good story, you have to come up against obstacles and all that jazz. Okay, well, let's get our strug on, but first let's return and report.
Right, we have a few mini segments before we solve the puzzle. Then after we solve, we're going to have a few mini segments where we do the etymological pass. We look up the words we didn't know in the puzzle, the words in the clues or the words in the answers, and then after that we conclude the program with our arts section that's named after the part of the New York Times where you find the crossword puzzle.
Yeah. You were cutting out there for a second.
But for now, I'm cutting out. Excuse me. Oh dear.
That's okay. No, it could be the internet or something.
That's fickle. The internet.
Internet.
Then enough. We've kind of covered the intros. Let's begin our first mini segment before we solve the puzzle.
Sounds good. So we're going to do our first segment, which is our return and report.
Return and report. Well, can we do a buzz by first so that I can just pop my...
Oh, okay. You want to get into that buzz by? Usually we make ourselves wait for that, but that's okay. I'll allow it.
Okay.
What do you got?
So for the full description, I have a koozie on, and it's from Mikey and Lindsay's wedding, and it has a quote from, and it says, "You sit on a throne of lies." But the beer is from Kitos Brewing, a Finnish brewing company here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Citrus wheat ale flavored with orange peel, cardamom, and coriander.
Terrific. I haven't had that one, but I'm liking this description.
There's a little raccoon on the design.
Oh, yeah. That looks cute.
Yeah.
I like little cute designs like
Finnish.
Finnish. That quote on... Wait, Finnish? What's Finnish?
It's of Finnish heritage, this Kitos Brewing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Anyway,
Finnish,
go ahead.
I'll finish now. Don't deprive us, David, of our good ASMR. Give it a little sip.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to be rocking a Pabst Blue Ribbon, pure
classic
12
PBR.
Fluid ounces here.
The white bread of beer.
I made some white bread today too.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
And I posted it on our Instagram. I made a loaf of. Here, I'll show you our post, David, and see if you can.
Was it like pan bimbo?
It was pan bimbo. No. It's just the color was.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Can this show?
It doesn't show. If you do it a certain way, really.
Instagram.
Instagram. The great Instagram.
Type of bread that uses a starter. 9 letters.
Sourdough.
There you go. Yeah, that was my Insta post.
Oh, nice.
But that's a loaf of bread that I made today, and it is white.
Well done. You have a starter that you built yourself?
Well,
or
I didn't
you've
start.
inherited it from your ancestors?
I inherited it from my neighbor.
Oh, good.
She broke me off a piece of that starter kit of her starter. She had to build it up, give me a little bit.
Yeah, and you take care of it
I take good care of my starter.
on the daily?
Pretty much. If I'm going to be gone in the hottest days of the summer, when I was gone for a couple days and I left it out on the counter, it got rather unhappy and kind of runny. So when I'm going to be gone for more than 2 days in a row, I'll put it in the fridge. But then it takes like 2 days for it to sort of like get kind of like alive again. And you can leave it on the counter overnight if you're just going to feed it every day, which I can do pretty much every day. It's a lot of fun.
That's fun. I am a huge fan of sourdough, and I have been for a long time. I like sourdough in almost all forms. Like I like sourdough waffles, for example. You can do that with what you have there, sourdough waffles. If I have the option for, you can get English muffins in different varieties. I like the sourdough English muffins.
Well, sourdoughs are good. They have health properties and all that.
9-letter word.
Yeah, 9-letter
word.
It
is sour. It's like it is what it is. You don't have to look up that word etymology, right?
No, it's pretty on the nose. Okay, well, we did our buzz by. So there's our Pabst Blue Ribbon and Akitos.
And Akitos. And so now return and report. You have something to talk about. You've consumed something, or I've consumed.
I've consumed. You last week said you talked about the Orville.
Yes.
The Seth MacFarlane vehicle, space vehicle. And I have watched it before, but I hadn't continued.
Right.
And I thought I'd watched into the second season or something. And so, I kind of thought, why don't I just come in hot and watch the first episode of season 3, I think it is, or is it season 4?
This new season that's just out right now.
How many seasons
it's season 3.
Okay. Well,
there's a new one and I think it's 3, but maybe
I started watching it and I got about 10 minutes in and I was like, wow, the tone has really gotten a little darker.
Yeah.
And I'm totally lost. I have to go back. I got to go back and finish season 2. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll return and report on that.
This is like a mini report then. Good to know. It does evolve. The show you think it's goofy because Seth MacFarlane has this. I mean, you hear his voice and you just think of the voices from Family Guy. You can't avoid hearing Family Guy voices. He does. He does most voices on the show.
So many of them, and so it's like anytime he's talking, it feels like an episode of Family Guy. So they've darkened up the tone. I'm excited to see a little bit. Watch a little bit more. I just haven't taken the time. I've been doing other things.
It's a nice opportunity to go back and watch Norm Macdonald's a performance from Norm Macdonald. There's a voice performance from him, and it's something that sometimes I have nostalgia for his voice, and it's a nice part of the show.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely give it a look. Did you watch any C? Perchance?
No, right? I did not.
Or anything else from the archive of?
Not really. I've been, I've watched some new things, but I haven't, and I don't have anything to return and report about though.
Okay, well, I'll allow it. Then let's just hop right in. Maybe we'll use one of our exciting new tools in our tool bag, which is the Phone a Friend. We've had some success with the Phone a Friend a couple times.
Real
we
slam dunk
won't look up
Ryan
any
Schlegel.
answers. We'll spend the next hour trying to solve it.
Great.
Let's do it. And we've got producer Sam out of Sultan Studios in South Salt Lake.
Cheers to Sam. Cheers to Sultan Studios.
Scoring it up. Scoring points. Okay, so let's jump into Thursday. You want to do today's, David?
Yeah, Thursday, August 4th by Ella Dershowitz.
All right. Hell of a good puzzle coming up. Okay, well, edited by Will Shorts. Did you say that already? Yeah.
I didn't say that, but it's good to note that he's kind of the ever-present figure here. Yeah.
Get in trouble with the big crossword. Don't want to piss anybody off.
No,
so,
big crossword.
Yeah. Well, this is a nice little grid. It's got the 9-ish sections.
It gets a little muddled in the center.
In the middle there kind of gets twisted.
But not very many long
yeah.
except for 24 down and 9 down ish.
Mm-hmm. Well, no kind of middle. The middle is one black square.
Right.
Do you want to start at one across? It's 3
one across
letters.
Is 3, and the clue is Cubans are full of it.
Cubans are full of it. Cuban cigars.
Cubans like the cigars
are full of tobacco, which in Spanish is tobacco. Tobacco.
Something like tobacco,
probably.
I think. Yeah.
So I don't know. One down. Try.
Okay, yeah, one down. The 4-letter answer.
Centers.
Okay.
Centers.
Could be centers, the noun, plural.
Yeah.
It could be like the verb.
It could be the verb. It could be centers, like places that you go. A center.
Right.
Yeah. Like.
It could be like hubs, perhaps. That's a 3-letter word. Should we do 14 across and see if that U has any sense?
In those 3 letters. Dish seen around the world. Dish seen around the world. Like a satellite dish or like a.
Yeah.
You think that? What do you think of that? Ooh, there, that U. How about 28 across? Probably we're confident in the S from hubs.
Yeah,
or whatever is in the plural.
So that's got S blank blank blank.
And that clue vexed.
Vexed.
Is so like vexed. Sad, seething. Okay. Well, how about
17 across, perhaps.
17
we'll
across,
see the
so
B if it makes sense. We have this is one of our longer answers. It's 9 letters long.
9 letters long, yeah. And producer Sam says, check your chat. Are we getting any? No comments yet. Okay, but please feel free to to comment and tell us if you have the answer. Just don't Google it, but you can phone a friend. Okay, so 17 across then. World's oldest golf tournament. Familiarly.
So is it St. Andrews? Do you think?
St. Andrews.
Isn't that the one that takes place near Edinburgh, Scotland? I could be wrong, but it's probably got a more formal name than that, and that does sound like a nickname.
Who could we possibly? Who do we think in our lives would know about old golf tournaments?
Well, I think let's save that our call for a different time because I think that's right. So let's see if 4 down. Right.
Blank blank D.
The clue there: inflation spec. Like PSI.
Yeah, PSI or.
That doesn't look good for Andrews.
What
about
6 down? 4 letters. Blank blank E blank. Maybe on the E.
That clue: he independently discovered the same comet as Halley.
As Hale. Hale.
As Hale.
It's not Haley. Haley has a Y on the end.
Oh, okay.
Hale.
Then Hale. Hale. Hale's.
So another
Hale's comet.
He independently discovered. So another astronomer.
So producer Sam does think that 1 across might be ham, perhaps.
Okay. Cubans are full. Oh,
Cubans
yeah,
are
like
full
the
of
sandwich.
Yeah. So that makes hubs look better. So maybe we scrub out St. Andrews because it doesn't really match up with the rest of like PSI or
sure.
I don't know if PSI is even right. Should we do 2 and 3 down and see if Sam loves Cubans. Any favorite places in Salt Lake City to get Cubans that you have, Daniel or Sam?
I mean, even Stevens, do they do a Cuban or do they do they do a type of one? Oh, here's Barry. Barry Black.
2-name comet, says Barry. Yeah, so
Wait, what's that referring to? This um, when we were just looking at six down,
Yeah.
he independently
He,
discovered the same comet as Hale. Two name comet. I don't know. I'll put
okay.
it together. Yeah, clarify.
Well,
We'll see.
that's
Let's look at two down.
two down.
A
A
blank
blank blank blank blank.
styles for Questlove and John Baptiste.
Styles.
Styles. They both have kind of
Oh,
afros.
got it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good.
Well, so then
Oh,
this
dish
one
seen around the world is a UFO.
oh yeah.
It's a pun. We kind of forgot to like think of a jokey kind of. I forgot.
Well, yeah, we didn't get very far on that one. So,
What about
now,
though? You like that BR now, or do you want to look at three down? I feel like
three
downs.
down, three down. We got MO blank blank blank.
The clue there: mother on Schitt's Creek. Oh, they're gonna have to. Now, what I said that they're gonna have to put
bleep
an
it.
explicit sign on it. Yeah,
That's Moira.
Moira Rose.
Yeah, Moira Rose. Oh, they do such a great job with all the names on that because it's she just feels such like a Moira. And the way David's sister says, David, does
Yeah.
Stone Telever do that to you?
I not as much as you might expect, I guess.
Anybody
I
else in
do-
your
I
life
I do
quoting
hear it. I see it on T-shirts.
Alexa?
I see it.
You
Alexis.
see it on shirts?
Alex. I see it on shirt. Like
Alexis.
I saw an "you David" on someone's shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You,
I would
in
have.
the-
Yeah.
you know what I
Somebody's-
mean. You see that, you know it's a quote from Schitt's Creek, right?
Yeah. Yeah. EWW.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like an ooh, like OOOH. That's a different
No,
kind
ew.
of
It was more ew. Yeah, like
ew,
yuck.
little gross. Okay. So, SOR blank, we've already seen the clue for this. This
this is the vexed one. I think that's
sore.
sore,
Yeah.
like upset, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
what about
because I
18?
played pickleball this morning, so I'm a
Tell me.
bit
Oh, you're a little bit vexed,
No, I'm sore.
a little bit Thor.
Pickleball.
Pickleball, huh?
Pickleball.
That
yeah.
sounds
You wanna
fun.
play some more you want to play some pickleball, David?
Always. I always want to play pickleball. Sometimes it's not as easy said than done because easier said than done, I should say, because you've got
babies
an
and
infant
the
to
lives,
tend to, but then
Yeah.
also the courts are occupied.
Occupied
Yeah.
courts. They're
Today,
busy,
if you want to get on a court, it's easier probably to play tennis, and more of the tennis courts.
All
are
right, all right. I hear you. We could play some tennis. It's fun.
That's a little teaser for what my art section is going to be about.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
You've given us tennis. You've given us tennis before. You're
I
just
might have to
generous
just
with
do
the
it
tennis.
again.
Yeah, I didn't you on one of your art sections give us we watched some like past
Perhaps yes.
on
yes.
YouTube you said like there's
Yes,
tennis
you can watch
matches
full matches.
you
Yeah,
can
from
watch.
from like the 70s and 60s
Yeah.
and I mean, it gets bad. I mean, sometimes you can't see like the crisp HD details
Oh
anymore.
yeah.
But you
You
can
have a
still
really
follow the
nice
match.
TV too, David.
It's
Do you
a
throw
modest,
those
good,
little-
nice TV, and so it's fun to watch old matches for sure, especially ones where even anyway. But that's a throwback to that we're returning and reporting
Yeah.
to something.
Really? Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. It is. So we're obliged by the rules.
So 23 across, or is that what you're hovering there? Is that where we're going?
Yeah,
SE
yeah.
blank blank blank.
One of the Obamas.
Who could it be?
Sasha, Malia,
Yeah,
Barack,
Moira Rose is
Michelle.
spelled with an A at the end, and it's Sasha. Moira
That's right. Yeah, of
Moira
course.
Rose.
Moira Rose. Yeah.
I think I would have maybe made the same mistake as you there, Daniel. So
Okay,
no hard
it's-
feelings.
Yeah.
What-
I mean,
what do you
Moira, you could see because they kind of, if it's like French, you would put the E on the end maybe.
I
Instead
would,
the
of
A.
course, maybe a little accent.
And they are like in Canada, probably in the show
Yes,
because they're all
I think it is.
Canadians.
Yeah,
and
I
they,
think it's
but they never
filmed
like
in Canada.
they never identify that they're living in Canada, but they never identify that they're living in the U.S. either. They're just living there.
But they also don't say things like a boot and
They
sorry.
don't say things like a boot, but they definitely have like a
Canadian
know,
vibe.
some Canadian vibes. Slight.
What a strange
Canadian
show.
vibes.
I have to admit, I have to say that show, though Eugene Levy and Catherine
O'Donnell, Catherine The Nuve.
These two, Moira Rose, I feel like
O'Hara.
O'Hara, they're amazing. I have to say that they're amazing. And I really did get to that point, but at first I felt myself kind of repelled by the show. I felt that myself like Chris Elliott, for some reason he does like gross. He goes gross on me, and I feel like it's fun. It ends up being so funny, but it's also just uncomfortable to see him
Yeah.
be so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's one of the best parts of the show, though. I mean, like
He really is, and there's some heart there. You have to
oh,
get
tons.
through it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
there, but it's a peculiar experience, really,
Hmm.
to watch, and you come around to it, and it's a great show. It's
Yeah,
I don't even I resisted because of the name. I didn't like. I thought the name
Schitt's
was
Creek. Yeah.
too. Yeah, I was just like, okay, whatever. Anyway, should we trudge forward here,
Yeah,
Daniel? Are we on
let's
18? Do we already see 18 down?
blank es blank blank.
This is Model Y maker. Of course, the answer to that is Tesla.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Tesla. Is the Powerwall thing still? Weren't you gonna get one of those?
The tower, the Powerwall
Is
is
that
a product
happening?
that it would be great. I would love it.
It's
It's
not.
on
It's
my
not
list, but it's
real
not a
yet.
priority as far as
Oh, but do
products.
people?
Yeah,
Is it out? Can you get them?
you can get them. I think that they are probably back order quite a bit. I'm sure they're not
Mm,
easy to just get, and they're
no.
very expensive too. So they're
Sure.
they're enormous batteries, and I think almost sometimes the size of a battery that might be going into one of their vehicles. So it might have different chemistry in there, but it does end up being like a lot of components. You're paying for a very expensive component. Batteries. There's other companies that do Powerwall like home batteries as well. Um, it's a cool idea.
Well, I'd love to. I'd love to get one of those. That'd be really nice. Get a little
It's essential, really. If you, I think it seems like that should be a priority for eventually for most people to have a
everybody.
solar and batteries, and
Yeah.
then you're kind of independent from whatever the power grid. Sometimes you can kick back to the grid, and
Sure.
if
Yeah.
the grid's set up in your state the right
Yeah.
way, you can kind of get money back, or you can get discounts from
Yeah.
your bill. It's great.
Well, speaking of kicking back to the grid, should we say 27 across?
Yeah, yeah. L blank blank.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. For example,
Yeah, right. Is something that you might say.
it's like a lie.
Oh, a lie.
Maybe you think?
Right.
Yeah.
A little lie.
Let's
Yeah,
look at
right.
this long one here now.
Yeah, HI followed by something like 10
Yeah.
blanks.
This is 24 down. Gaiety.
Okay. Gaiety.
Gaiety. Like high life. Like
High
gaiety.
something, right? High. Should we
Yeah.
do 32 across and see if it ends in
Sure.
an
That's
AG? Blank,
weird.
blank, blank, AG?
Caller. It's like there was a question mark on the board.
Yeah.
AG. Caller feature perhaps.
Hmm.
Tag. Something tag. Caller
Oh.
feature. No tag. Okay, so high's looking good. Let's 37 across H blank blank.
Color feature, no tag.
It's a
It's
feature of some like your tee that you're wearing. Does it have a tag?
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
Those are
Mine
those
does.
are
This sure has a
they
tag.
scratch. Oh, yours
Yeah.
does. That's
Yeah.
a feature that
It's a
yours has.
feature tag. Yeah.
Mine
You're
is
it.
a feature is the absence of
No
something.
tag.
30. So you're on 37 across there. I see it's blank. Sorry, it's H blank blank.
Today in Toledo.
That's Hoy.
Hoy, ahoy, hoy, David. Toledo
If you,
in Spain,
yeah,
not
that's right.
Toledo in Ohio. Isn't there a Toledo in Ohio? Yeah.
Yeah, and one they're probably pronounced differently by the people who live there.
Yeah.
And one is famous for swords, and the other is famous for being in Ohio.
Uh,
What's from there?
yeah. I don't know. Ohio swords, maybe.
I
Maybe
think.
they came. A bunch of people came from Spain, Toledo to Ohio, Toledo, and
Perhaps
we're
that's
like,
true.
hey, let's make our
Should we?
swords
This
over
is
here.
something that this is the kind of thing that we would look up in our etymological pass
Yeah,
in the
we'll
next
look up
segment
Toledo
after
and
the
Toledo.
conclusion of this. Yeah. So should we jump forward now? What to 32? Kick back to
Yeah,
the grid,
30.
Daniel.
Let's kick back to the grid. 32 down. N blank blank blank.
The clue there: Rodrigo's killer in Shakespeare.
Mm,
Rodrigo.
I don't know
Rod-
that play.
N blank blank blank. So how many characters are just named a four-letter word.
Yeah, Iago, but that's
Nemo,
yeah.
Nick. Okay, so we don't know. 33
We
down
don't
then.
know. Yeah.
Oh, blank, blank, blank.
Nuts.
What could
Oh
that be?
no.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's about
Mm,
right.
Yeah, nuts. Oh no.
34 down then we have T blank, blank, blank.
What's blank? Question mark in quotes. What's
What's that?
what's taco? What's
What's
that?
true?
What's
What's
ta-ta?
taco? This is
Okay.
awkward though. The
I
HH blank
yeah.
HH.
Oh, sound at the doctor's office.
Oh, that's true. Normally at this time we would have played the true clue
You think
game,
it's
but
yeah, but we weren't confident in
mm-mm.
those
It's
ages.
we don't like doing that. So now we have NU blank blank for the 32 down. A reminder of that clue: Rodrigo's killer in
Do you think
Shakespeare.
this is it's not like oh, right? It's probably like
I think it's
because is like pain.
no. You say
Yeah.
AHH.
Oh, that's right, because the doctor's
Doctor's
office. You
office.
open there,
You put the little tongue
put the
depressor in
little
your mouth.
yeah.
So now we have NA. This everything's changing so fast. NA blank blank, and we still don't know who killed Rodrigo. And the crime, the clue, the mystery is afoot or whatever. Let's investigate further with 41 across.
Blank NA followed by 6 blanks.
That clue: after dinner drink made with creme de menthe.
Ooh, I could
What do you
probably
have to
reach
say
out
for
to
yourself?
Stacy for something like this.
After dinner drink made with creme de menthe.
That's like a
That's-
mint. It's like a mint cream and a.
It seems like it's going to be an S or a vowel, right? Like because of the blank NA. It's what else could be there? Maybe a vowel, but then Rodrigo's killer.
Yeah,
NAS.
yeah, you're right.
Let's look
right.
at 46 across. You think
Yeah.
we should? You think we should call Stacy for 41 across?
Maybe
perhaps?
we'll just keep that
Okay.
in mind. Yeah.
46 across. We have blank OT followed by 5 blanks.
Trying to be quiet in a way. Trying to be quiet in a way. Not something.
Not trying to be quiet in a way. What ways can you be quiet?
Well, you can be quiet like by shutting up.
Oh.
You can be quiet by not
We don't know.
talking. Trying to be quiet. Not something then maybe.
Yeah, ing. Yeah. Okay, let's perhaps 38 down is interesting for us. It's O blank I blank blank.
Chose.
Ooh, opted feels
Opted.
right.
Okay,
so that kicks out your ing.
Oh yeah, kick back to the grid.
Kick it back. Kick it out of the
Yeah,
grid.
kick
And
it
now we
out
have
of the-
ooded. We have ooded for 38 down.
What's going on there? Opted.
And
Excuse me.
but we could. What should we dangle down to 48 across, or do you want to look at 35
Sure,
down?
I'll dangle down all day. 48
Okay,
across.
that's blank blank E blank blank.
Von Trapp girl who sang about being 16.
Ah, that's Liesel.
Yeah. Going on 17. Just 4
Yeah.
months shy of her 17th birthday.
She was a
Probably.
terrific character, a terrific, for me, a very memorable figure from growing up watching that movie.
Yeah. Liesel.
Yeah.
There's an
and
actress working today that looks like Liesel to me.
Tell me, what's her name?
I don't know her name, but she plays the daughter of the daughter-in-law of Mike on Breaking Bad.
The
You know how he
daughter-in-law
has a
of
granddaughter, Mike.
on
Has a
right.
granddaughter.
Yeah, and the granddaughter's mother. That interfaces
his
with
son,
Mike.
his son's wife, but his son is dead.
And she looks
like Liesel.
okay.
Okay, we'll compare. Okay.
Do we see 35 down? I don't think we did
Yeah,
see
let's do it.
35 down.
Blank Y blank blank S.
That clue. What if propositions informally?
What if propositions formerly what do you call those? Like hypotheticals. What if or
Hype.
hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, that's tricky. Okay, so we're maybe on to.
Did we already see these across these after dinner drink and then trying to be quiet in a way? Okay, how about 52 across? Blank, blank,
Yeah.
blank, blank, blank. D.
The clue is deal.
Deal.
Hmm.
Deal, like a deal, like let's make a deal, let's sign a contract, let's
Yeah.
have an agreement. Deal, or like deal cards, like something out, pass out, or deal, or okay.
No, we looked at
Well,
42 or 43
we
down.
haven't looked at 43 down. Blank, blank,
Okay.
L followed by 4 blanks.
That clue, sushi order with a salty sweet sauce.
Sushi order with a salty sweet sauce. David, you like sushi?
I
like
can't
sushi.
say that
Okay,
I can't
yeah.
say that I'm an expert enough to remember anything
Yeah,
about
salty,
sushi.
a salty sweet sauce.
Salty sweet sauce. There's
They,
plum
yeah,
sauce,
yeah, plum sauce.
but the order, I don't know what the order would be.
Something roll, maybe eel. Oh yeah, like an
Oh,
eel roll.
that is clever, Daniel. Look, you just
Yeah,
sorted it out. You looked what's where and you did it. Okay,
sure.
what
Yeah.
55 across?
Yeah, R blank blank.
That clue, Tobiko or Ikura at a Japanese restaurant. Well, Daniel, demonstrate your abilities now.
Maybe that's roe.
Raw.
I think roe.
Roe.
I think they might be the roe is
I think you're right.
the fish eggs.
You're right. Okay.
But
I
I
think
could
you're
be
right.
wrong.
That's good.
But,
Good work.
yeah,
So,
okay.
and row is kind of crosswordese. It's fitting.
Timely.
So 56 down then, huh? Oh, blank, blank, blank.
Yeah. Stone with silica.
Is that opal?
Could be opal.
Is
Sure.
that? I mean, opal is a stone.
Opal is a stone. We can confirm that here. Opal is a stone.
Okay, now
Six,
we have 66 across.
blank LL blank blank.
That clue, dispense.
I wonder if opal ain't right.
What about a lot?
Dispense a lot. Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay,
60
me too, Daniel.
Yeah. Blank LA blank blank for 63 across.
All right, that clue is rest area on either a hike or a bike.
A hike.
Sorry, my cursor's in the way. Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
a
yeah.
hike.
Rest area on a hike is going to be like a flat or like
A glade.
a plank.
A glade.
A glade. Okay.
What do you think?
Just like that.
I want to rest in a
guess.
glade.
Yeah, why not? A glade. Yeah, glade sounds real nice. Well, true clue it up. 2 clues here, David.
We're feeling that confident in glade then.
Okay, well, let's confirm one of them and then we could do the other one. Let's do
okay.
So
60 down. Yeah.
Blank GA tour group for short.
That's like the PGA.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 61 down. We haven't looked at it. This is the true clue game where we look at the 61 down without looking at the clue. It's blank ET.
Yeah, and we guess what the letter could be and say something like it could be wanna make a blank. Oh no, sorry, it would just probably be wanna blank. That's a nice hard one.
Bet.
Yeah, bet. Could be that. Could be.
6 games in tennis.
Set. Could be that. But the truest clue of them all is kind of project. Oh, meow meow. A little
pet project. So
Yeah,
now,
woof, woof.
now what could 60 across be? We've got some POP blank P and then 4 blanks.
Pop up or something. Temporary
This,
spot to
Daniel.
do business, or a hint to answering 17, 35, and 41 across.
So it's pop up shop.
Pop up shop.
Yeah,
And pop up shop. And so how will that connect to 17 across? We've already seen, but now we have BRIT followed by 5 blanks, and that's the
I bet it's British Open or something like that.
British.
But then shop is removed. So see how the SH and British and the OP and Open are going to be deleted. And then it's going to be
maybe it's going to be like this.
British.
Like EN
Pop
Nep.
up. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Maybe I don't know if that's going to work.
Pops up. Should we look 4 across and see if that's an N?
Well,
Well,
I'm
what's eight
looking.
down?
Yeah,
Craven? Yen.
craving
That's a
nep.
yen.
That.
So it's
Yeah,
got to be
yeah.
en. Look. Just go. Yeah. Do Brit. Do
Br-
Brite.
uh-huh.
Brite with an I, and then Pen. Is it? That's not enough letters.
Hold on. You're saying
Shop.
um,
Pop up. No.
British, British.
Well,
Oh,
I think the N has to be where you are there, and then the E has
okay.
to be over.
And craving is yen.
That's yeah. And then British Open. You have to have PEN in there. So but shop.
But then Brit. I don't know. Let's look around. Let's dig
Okay.
around on this. We
Yeah,
have
we
a
have to
lot. We have some
fish
cross.
around a little bit. Do you
This
have
doesn't look real. In I don't know about the five down. It's blank 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 AE.
And the clue is in quotes here. You just got burned.
Yeah, and that was really good emphasis, David.
It's how it was written with
Yeah,
italics, and it's
yeah,
got an exclamation point.
yeah. It's just that's good. That's good
Oh, thank you,
voice
Daniel.
acting right
That's
there.
thank you.
You just got burned.
And so, what's an equivalent thing that you could say to that? Like, ay,
Like
ay, ay.
no, it's like it's you just got burned. Like eat it. Like
Oh,
um,
okay.
how do you like them apples in your face? Something, some kind of
Hmm.
retort,
Okay.
or like a slam, or like a like a salt in the wound. Okay, well then
Should we look
let's look at
elsewhere
the
here?
other
We have
ones. Or let's see
15
if
across.
pop up shop, could
Oh,
it be
pop up
anything
shop.
other than shop? Could it be? But
Pop.
open, British Open seems to make sense. So
Yeah, I don't know. We could
let's
finish the bottom right hand corner. We could do
yeah.
58 down, and yeah.
Confirm the P in shop by
Yeah,
56 down.
blank P blank blank.
Blow out, or not blowout. Blowout. A blowout would be like one word, right? It was a blowout.
Oh, yeah, right. With a hyphen maybe.
No, I think it's one
Oh,
word.
okay, one
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, that
Yeah, sorry for
that
doubting you, Daniel.
yeah, I think so. Blow
Blowout.
out.
Isn't that a movie with John Travolta? What's that?
Oh, is where he's like a reporter
Yeah,
and
and there's a lot of
won't reveal his
lenses.
sources or whatever.
Yeah,
He goes
audio. Or
to go on
he's got a
trial.
long microphone
Oh,
listening.
okay. That's conversation, right?
I think that's also this other movie.
Does any other movies use long microphones? Probably.
Lots of movies
The
use
Gray
long
Man.
microphones. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do they call them? Shotgun microphones?
Yeah, shotgun. Yeah.
You say Rain Man?
The Gray Man.
Oh, we just watched The Gray Man.
Okay, well, I'd love to hear what you think about it
Oh
later.
man.
We can devote 30 seconds in our art section. Okay, we are 20 minutes in. We're not halfway. Let's pick
Let's
up the
trudge
pace.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know the answer
Blowout.
to blowout. That's
Yeah.
clear. Spew.
How
It could be
about
like spew, blow
oh
out.
yeah, spew, like to blow out, spew. That's
What
good.
about 57 or 67 or 64? Let's see if
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
right.
67 across blank blank W.
The clue is finishing touch, so to speak. Finishing touch, so to speak,
It's
is
like
like
the coup de grace or something, or like
the like mwah,
yeah,
so to speak. No, that's so to gesture or something.
yeah.
So what about we don't know 64
Mm.
across?
Blank blank E.
That clue. Put the food away. That's 8,
Eat.
I think. The past tense.
Put past tense.
It's
Put
it's
the
clever
food.
clue because it could be present or past.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well then 50 down, blank blank HA blank.
That clue. Blank center.
Rehab.
Oh, rehab center. Wow.
So now,
Now we
maybe
have
finishing touch, bow,
oh bow.
so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
51 down, perhaps.
Yeah, blank blank OTO.
That clue. Home of Nijo Castle, built by the Tokugawa shogunate. I think that's Kyoto.
Okay. That sounds right. I'll accept it. So
Just
maybe
because
a
it fits. Really.
true, maybe a true clue now with 57 across.
Yes.
Blank EYS.
That I would say the Madison blank from the WTUTA tour.
Keys.
Yeah, Madison Keys.
Okay. Yep. It could.
She's like a top 50 women tennis player in the world.
Okay.
American, which is
Okay.
great.
Well, tennis. Yeah, it could be that, or it could be, uh, what you keep in your purse. On a
Keys.
ring in your
Oh,
purse.
keys.
A ring in a purse. On a ring in a purse. Something
Should we
like that.
see
Yeah, okay.
what the true clue
Yeah, the
is?
true clue
57
is
across, blank EYS.
part of
Oh,
Florida.
that could have been a great clue. Part of
Yeah,
Florida.
keys.
Yeah.
Didn't we look that up at one point? Because there's also that word key,
Yeah.
Quay,
Right. We did.
and they come from the same thing, don't
I
they?
think so.
Yeah. All right.
We
Well,
didn't remember that very well, I guess.
It's like an
Sometimes when we look
enclosed.
things up in the etymological past, we
Yeah.
don't remember it.
Yeah. I remember though that it was like an enclosed body of water, or something like that. Like something like that. 45 down. Blank 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 KS.
The clue there has reservations about
Has reservations about
desks. No.
desks. Has reservations.
I don't know. I was thinking like the front
about.
desk, but I don't think that doesn't.
Or if it's like, what if it's like, I have reservations out and about town. I'm connected. I'm
Yeah.
um
Well, what about 49? Well, do you
yeah.
have something? Or do you want to do 47
No.
down? That looks like it's going to be
Oh
pseudo.
yeah, that's very probably likely. A blank blank EUDO.
The clue, imitation.
Pseudo.
PSEUDO.
Yeah. Pseudo. That might be
That's Greek
fun
to me.
to look up.
Well, let's look it up. We shall.
In our EP.
Lots of Japanese in this puzzle so far, right?
Yeah. A little Japanese, a little bit of sushi.
Yeah.
Some Japanese locations. Yeah. S blank blank RK for 49.
That clue, baby carrier.
Stork.
That's the stork of legend.
Oh
of
yeah,
course, yes.
you would have met just recently, 9 months ago. You met Senor Stork.
We saluted. It's not much of. You don't get much of time to get introductions or anything. Yeah. It's a quick.
Well, he's kind of driving.
Hello, goodbye.
He's kind of driving like a swarm of drones at this point, just delivering babies, right? He's like a drone delivery. Okay,
I think so. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure him and Amazon.
From Amazon or something.
Yeah, I assume it could be her. I don't know. I just think of Stork in like maybe a
Santa
Disney
Claus
cartoon.
has teamed up with Amazon, so would you would
so
assume
with the
then
Stork, yeah, delivering the babies. Okay,
the service is already there. You might as well just work together to accomplish the same goals. Yeah.
It's cross promotional advertising too for for each other. Don't forget.
So now what we've done here is solve the bottom right hand corner of the puzzle.
Good
through
job,
the
us.
middle left, kind of, and then the top left. But we haven't worked. Should we do 47 across? Should we do? We already looked at 40.
You're cutting out a little bit, but I'm just going to assume that you want to look at 45 down. Blank.
Weird has reservations about.
Are you back, David? I think we lost each other for a second.
Oh dear.
Can you hear me?
I just got warning from Zoom that my internet.
Okay. Ruh-roh. Well, I'm just going to take over for a second then and say 45 down, blank, blank, OKS. Has reservations about books. It was like I was saying, it's like having reservations all over town, being popular. Books.
I'm back. And
Hi, David.
I appreciate your patience. It looks like you put books in.
Yeah.
For 45 down.
Has reservations about books.
Okay.
Books, like booking a reservation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 47 across. Let's just push ahead, shall we?
Yeah, right.
P blank O.
The clue is whiz.
Whiz.
Like whiz. Like pro?
Yeah, like a pro. Okay, yeah.
What about 44 across? Or do you like 9 down?
Let's 44 across. Blank B blank blank blank.
That clue, letter-shaped piece of piping.
Like an I-beam?
Okay, but piping?
Or that's not piping. Yeah, what's a J?
It's like a J bend, an L bend,
yeah. Probably got to be
consider
vowel.
or a U. I bet it's going to be consider the 9 down, the consequences of putting a J there.
Yeah, no.
I wonder about, should we look at 9 down? It's got like 10 blanks, then RT.
Something a teen usually experiences.
Like a growth spurt.
Oh yeah, there's that U.
But is this going to be affected by 60 across?
Halfway.
I can't remember what other
pop-up shop kind of deals.
Yeah, what are the other pop-up shops? It tells us
17,
35, and 41 across. So no downs are affected.
35 is over here, and then 41. Let's look at 41 across.
Okay.
That was one, right? 41 across. So we got blank NA. This is that after dinner drink made with creme de menthe. Blank NA, blank blank P, blank E, blank. Although, who knows? We do have kind of like open here,
Shop,
pop-up
shop. Shop could be in there somehow.
Nothing's coming to mind yet, so let's.
It's very awkward there. Yeah. How about 39 or 9 across? Yeah.
Yeah, these we feel good on growth spurts. So
yeah, G blank 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 for 9 across.
Sexology subject.
G spot.
Okay. Yeah. Damn.
That's actually like in the puzzle.
You found that really quick, David.
A couple times a year. Yeah, it's just right there at the top right hand corner of the puzzle. That's where it was.
Yeah.
So what now? What 11 down? P blank blank blank.
Yeah, that's feel for.
Pang.
Pang. Yeah, like a pang is like
that's
feeling
weird.
for. Yeah, maybe. We got a comment from Barry, 32 across.
Let's revisit 30. So that was no tag.
Across.
30.
Yeah.
No,
collar
feature, perhaps.
Dog collar. Dog. Could it
dog
be?
Dog collar.
No, I think
feature. Perhaps.
I think we're no tag. I like no tag.
Okay.
But we'll come back.
Okay, Barry, though, thank you for your contribution. On to 16 across here? We have R blank A blank blank.
Yeah, Sam, who directed 2022's Doctor Strange sequel.
Okay, so it's Pine. So it's 11 down is Pine, and 16 across is Raimi.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi has just been covered by our sister podcast, Blank Check.
Yeah. They just did Raimi. Then they just did. They're already done with the next one. Bob Fosse. Have you been listening to those?
I just don't know Bob Fosse at all, and I haven't understood the movies that they're talking about, so I haven't really watched them. I listen to the podcast.
If I don't take the time to watch them, usually I won't. I'll skip. I'll skip a director, but this one I decided to take a look at least the trailers for most of those movies.
Oh, that's a reasonable accession.
It was super interesting, and I'll just say on their second to last episode where they covered All That Jazz, one of Bob Fosse's, his kind of semi-autobiographical story about himself. The guest they had on was Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're getting some good guests. But also because he had an interest, he had produced the HBO series or Hulu series or something called Fosse Verdon, which is a biopic about.
I heard about
Fosse,
that, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it, but for the same reason that I didn't.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating. He's a fascinating director, but we'll leave that for another time.
Yeah, and I don't dismiss him by not knowing him. I don't dismiss him. I'm sure if I were to look into him, I would embrace him as much as our pals over there at Blank Check do.
Sure. Well, let's kick it back to the puzzle. Let's kick back to the grid. So British Open, what do we got? So Raimi, 19 across, O blank N blank blank. And that clue
is animal in the same family as the wolverine.
Like a what kind of animal is that?
O blank N blank blank.
Well, let's look at 12 down. OM blank blank.
Something interpreted from a bird's behavior in the ancient Greek practice of ornithomancy.
And that's an omen, probably.
That sounds right to me. Yeah. Remember when we were looking up the word augur a lot, and
Yeah.
augur and birds have something to do with each other?
Well, augury is all animals,
Oh,
and ornithomancy is just birds.
okay. Okay, on to TI blank blank for 13 down.
Word before iron or chain. Word before iron or chain. TI blank
Tire,
blank.
tire, iron, tire chain.
Tire chain? Tire chain? I don't know about it. Tire chain.
Put on chains. You put on your chains to go in
Tire
the
chain.
snow.
Okay. Well, okay. Tire, iron. So then 19 across, we already saw animal in the Wolverine, so that's O blank Ner.
We should really, there's only one letter left. We should know this animal that is in the same family as Wolverine. You know, we've been watching Marvel
Not an
content
otter.
our whole lives.
Could it be an otter? And then
Pity? Feel for pity.
Feel for-
Otter. Wolverine and otter. They should,
that tracks.
Stan Lee should have made an otter superhero. I would have tracked that. Yeah. Maybe he did.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know. Should we look at 22 across? Blank W, blank YNE.
Yeah. And that's blank Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. The Rock.
He's going to run for president someday, right?
I hope so.
He somehow knows about everything that's happening.
Good on him. Please, if anybody wants to give it a run, if you can give it a run a campaign, I'm sure you can maybe do the job. All right, well, let's kick back to the grid. 10 down. SATA blank blank blank.
That clue, straddled.
Sat atop.
Sat atop. Yeah.
Sat atop. Like Humpty Dumpty.
Astride, sat atop. Okay, 25 across, blank 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 TT.
Great blank. Great Scott.
Oh, great Scott. Okay, what now? 22 down?
DO blank blank blank.
Dimwits.
I'm like
doofs?
Dolts?
Doofs?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Doofs is kind of my thing, maybe. I don't know. You know what if I say that guy's a real doof.
I understand what you're saying when you say that, yes.
Okay, thanks. Oh, that guy's really a doof.
And dolt is a little bit out of use.
Okay, well, let's try
28 39 across. You like 39 across? Blank blank P.
Abbreviation meaning in particular, especially.
Okay, that sounds right to me.
Dolts or doofs could be either.
Well, we still don't know. No confirmation on that. 26 down, then C blank blank E blank.
Shaman at times.
A shaman, a chief?
Probably, yeah.
At times?
At times, but not all the times.
Okay.
Sometimes they're separate jobs.
I'm not sure. I
of
think that
labor.
could be something else. So what on to 28 across? We have blank H blank H O blank blank blank.
Ecstasy. Ecstasy could be euphoria. So that H is not right.
Got rid of that, Chief. It's CU blank E blank for 26 down. Again, that the clue reminder. Shaman at times. CU blank E blank.
Curer.
A curer.
Maybe a curer.
So dopes. So instead of dolts or doofs, it's dopes for
is
dimwits.
That's good.
Then we have 35 across begging for us to solve. It's going to be one of the theme three. So 35 across has blank blank RESP blank blank blank.
Look what I just saw here.
I'm listening.
S.
I'm watching.
H.
Shop. Oh, HOP.
Okay, so
it's
then
right
this is going to be
British.
British. O. And wait. Wait. Okay, so S.
HOP. PEN. Yeah. HON. That's right. So yeah, British.
H there.
H. Yeah, and then O.
No, and then the P back
and then
here.
P down there, then E. Then that says British Open. Okay,
British
now
Open.
we have Euphoria. So then on 35 across again, we have blank blank RESHOP blank 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 for 35 across. What's that clue?
That clue is fingers crossed.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. driving. And I went ahead because I was up there just to kind of
Oh, good for
confirm that
you.
this
Oh,
business was right.
let's do it. Let's look down. What, 5 down?
15 across I put in was
Oh, shove.
go all in poker lingo, which is to
Go
shove.
all in. You shove. Oh, hey, I'm going to shove
Yeah.
because I'm going to go all in.
A
Here,
true
'cause
clue,
I'm
4
confident.
down, blank SI.
Okay, we already looked at this one actually.
Oh,
and
okay, never mind then. The clue
It was the
is
inflation spec.
indeed PSI. Okay, so 5 down, blank blank HS, blank AE.
I think I know this one. This is
Will
Oh
you say it
Snap,
again?
and it's you just got burned. And it's Oh Snap, and now that changes the answer we put in for 27 across.
Yeah,
The answer we
so
had was lie, and the clue
yeah,
was yeah, right.
right.
Is an
It's a
example.
little bit of lip.
It's a little bit of lip,
Yeah, a
right?
little bit of
It
sass.
could have been a lie. I was like, I guess that could be a lie. Yeah, right. But you don't.
Yeah, right.
You don't know it's a lie. 21 across, maybe, or 40, or 6 down. What do you think? 7 down, maybe 7. Blank
Oh, yeah.
VE blank SEE.
Superintend. Oversee.
Oversee.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
never even
weird
thought-
word.
Yeah,
I'm a superintendent, so I superintend.
yeah. That guy superintends all the time.
And oversee or oversees, that's very peculiar. Okay,
Yeah.
What now? 6 down, blank, blank, OP, blank?
He independently discovered the same comet as Hale. We saw this
Oh, we
already.
saw that one. We didn't,
Hope maybe
we didn't
is
do
a,
4 across, though. PO blank OY
Yeah.
is 4 across. Do you know? Oh, that's going to be Po' Boy, the order in New Orleans.
Boy.
I don't know anything about that, but it sounds like a sandwich, I think, I
Yeah.
believe. But I don't think I've ever had one. So now we have BOP blank for the comet discoverer. The
Oh, yeah, that's Haley, because it's actually
Bop. Hail Bop.
Hail
Hail
Bop.
Bop. Right, that's right.
Yeah.
So now we have NPR put in there for 21 across the answer to error of Tiny Desk concerts. I would have known the answer to that. We just never got to that clue.
Yeah, easy.
I'm a follower of Tiny
Yeah.
Desk. I subscribe on their YouTube channel, I'm sure.
Like and.
Excellent. They have great access to, tremendous performances in these tiny desks.
Yeah, it's amazing. And microphones, big long boom microphones.
Long to a shotgun microphone.
Shotgun mics, yeah.
Right,
Maybe actually
right,
they're probably
right.
not a shotgun
Blowout.
mics. They're like probably
They're
different. kind.
whatever they are. They're suited for their task.
Oh yeah,
Daniel.
they do a great
You better believe it.
job.
What are we doing now?
Great
29
Scott.
down, 30 down, 31 down.
Let's 29 down. RI blank blank.
That clue, teeming,
Ripe. Excuse me, what happened there?
like rife.
Rife. Oh yeah, Rife is probably right. 30 down. IN blank blank.
That clue, privy to,
In on.
on.
So
Yes.
true clue with 40 across. FO blank.
Okay.
That could be enemy.
Foe.
Yeah.
How about the crown star?
Foy.
Claire
You
Foy.
have oi and foy on the same line.
Oy, oy, oy.
But the true clue is 40 across. One of them. Quotes, in
Foe.
quotes. A foe, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
indeed.
2 points for me.
Good work, Daniel. Now on to 31 down. I think.
True
know
clue?
what
Or
or
did
we know
already say
44
that?
across is you bend. I think we even
we
said the
already
word
said,
bend
so.
at some point. You or I did. And now that solves aged for
Yeah,
31 down.
dry aged beef is the clue. Is
Dry
dry
blank
blank
beef.
yeah.
Okay, that's a
yeah.
clue to that's okay. Now we're
Dry aged
basically
beef, yeah.
all we have to solve is the bottom left hand corner of the grid. We've done 48
Yeah.
minutes so
A
far,
little
but
bit of
let's
the
trudge along.
the grid, yeah. 40, 30, 35 down. Excuse me. HY blank blank S.
So we saw this one. This is what if propositions informally. It's hypos, like hypotheticals abbreviated to
Oh, yeah.
hypos. I've never heard anyone do that before.
You can get away with it in a crossword.
Because I guess they just did get away with it.
They
It's
just
who's
got
going to hold
away
them
with it.
accountable,
Yeah,
though?
yeah,
Someone
not
should
Will
send them an email.
Yeah. Crossword cop.
You didn't spell it. I'm going to at least insist that you spell it HYPOS.
Pardon. HYPOS. There we
Okay,
go.
then
That was
on
a
to-
typo.
okay. I think we have another pop-up shop here. 41 across is something.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be an S right
SHOP.
there.
So it's like
shopper
shopper
or
after
hopper?
dinner drink.
Something hopper.
Yeah, grasshopper. Oh,
Grasshopper.
that's a drink, right?
Yeah, so that's
Tell me, what is that? It has creme de menthe.
yeah, no, because grasshopper. Yeah, I know that a grasshopper refers and in food will be like a minty uh
Oh, is that what
flavor. Ice
the
cream. There's
cookies
like
from the Girl Scout cookies? Is
yeah, they
grasshopper?
I think those are called grasshoppers, aren't they?
Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is what we're talking about here, creme de menthe. And your
No,
drink is made like a Girl Scout
we'll be
cookie?
looking this up.
Okay.
You better believe it.
Okay, an investigation is in order here.
Yeah.
Now we have
Well,
some answers because O row is not right for 33 down, I'm sure.
tiptoeing on tiptoe maybe. So this is yeah, that's wrong. So that's what is happening here? That's can't be
Nuts.
right.
Oh, no, it could be. I
Well, that
mean,
was supposed to be the sound
nuts.
of the doctor's
Nuts.
office.
33 down.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
that's ah. Oh, oh,
could this be nuts? Well,
nuts. Oh,
but this is probably on
on
tiptoe.
tiptoe. On tip 46
Trying
across.
to be
Yeah, trying to be
quiet in a
quiet
way.
on tiptoe. Yeah, so high. So should we revisit 24 down because we have a few letters for
That's
it's
probably gonna be like darn, right?
darn. Oh,
And
ID
so
tag. The collar
yeah,
feature, perhaps. ID tag. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
ID tag.
Yago. Yeah, I think you even said
Yeah,
Yago.
that's so funny. Okay, well, just goes to show, don't be
Darn
afraid
it.
to kick back to the grid and turn some letters over.
Yeah, nuts. So 24 down again. We have to see it again. It's high
Spot.
spi something. It's
Yeah.
HIGHSPI blank 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 blank.
Gaiety,
High
Wasn't-
spirits.
high spirits. Yeah, we're in some high spirits tonight. Well,
yeah.
or some beers anyway.
Yeah, I'm almost done with mine. You
Mhm.
know, this is is
Hence the high
purchased from the
spirits.
grocery store, so it can't have a high percent or anything.
No.
Everybody, this is one. I would say this is a responsible beer, right?
Oh yeah,
You know, I've been well hydrated
You're
before
being
and
a good
after.
dad.
Can't avoid it at this point.
Yeah.
Really, it's just
Yeah.
like that circumstance presents itself in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so 42 down. We've just got a little bit here. We're truly just down to a few squares. 16 squares. 42 down. SIL blank 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 blank.
That clue: keeping isolated.
Siloing.
Oh, nice.
But then that makes-
Siloing. That's a great verb, like
Yeah.
OING.
Siloing.
We have a
59
double I
across
for
now
59
is-
across. Yeah, blank, 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 I.
Shinto Gate, another Japan reference.
Another.
Well, the IIs at least seem like they could work sometimes.
Could
in
be.
Japanese. Yeah, maybe. 62 across blank, 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 NT.
That clue in quotes here. Sorry, ask someone else.
I can't, maybe?
I can't.
Yeah.
Great. So then 65 across blank, 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 GS.
Set of flippers.
In with a pun tone.
Yeah.
Flippers is like two dolphins or something? Set of flippers.
Set of flippers.
How about that 52 across? Did we look at it? It's blank, 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 ORD.
Deal.
That's accord.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have
Accord.
52 down. We have A blank, I blank.
Bickering.
At it.
53 down, C blank, C blank.
The clue is 2017 Pixar film set in the land of the dead. Coco.
Co.
That's a nice movie.
Yeah, I like that movie. Yeah.
Academy Award winning, maybe like the song.
Yeah.
The song won best song.
Sounds right.
Remember me. Da, 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 da. Remember that? Don't
Yeah.
forget. The song says.
Don't
you
forget.
know,
Oh, yeah.
try
Good
to
job,
remember.
David. You listened.
54 down. C blank A blank.
Beginning of some blended juice flavors. Oh, that's going to be
Chai?
cran.
Grand.
Chai.
What have I done? I heard blended and I thought.
Ooh, I'll take a
tea or
blended
something.
chai. So that's an R, and that means
Cran,
that
and then
59
solution
across.
with this N, boom, it's over. Tori, 59 across is going to be TORI.
Almost there.
Almost
Something's
there.
wrong.
We're not happy with
Okay, what is it?
something.
At it. That's my bad.
at it. What
I
was
just
wrong?
put it- So yeah, it
Okay.
was.
So
yeah.
TORII is the We have a lot to look up, Daniel.
Shinto Gate. Yeah. Okay, let's get right to it. Let's
let me
jump
let me
on
just
it
take
here.
a screen capture here for a second of the puzzle,
Okay.
so I can see words while you're let's see here. Okay, good enough.
Terrific.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the Shinto Gate is
Torii.
Tori. Is a traditional Japanese gate most commonly found at the entrance or within a Shinto shrine, where it symbolically marks the transition from the body. Let's see, from the mundane to the sacred. Yeah, if you if you don't know what a Shinto gate is, so it's got like kind of pillars but cross beams, and then like a big kind of, they're supporting like a roof at the top that kind of swoops from side to side. Yeah, Tori, really pretty. Good like feng shui or something.
Okay, yeah,
You say sure.
it's cool. It's out there in the water.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, how about Po' Boy? Why don't we see
Yeah,
what
po'
you know,
boy.
what a Po' Boy? That's another sandwich, right? Or was that the ham? Because there was ham, and then there was Po' Boy. There was like both of those
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Ham was in there, but the po' boy, it looks like it's here. It's roast beef or fried seafood, often shrimp or crawfish.
Yeah.
Sandwich from Louisiana. It's almost always consists of meat, which is usually, so that, just like I said, po'
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. I think that's not ham then. I was thinking that was ham, but a Po' Boy is not. Well, that's not among its listed ingredients.
Yeah,
Seafood.
this has a few more. It says roast beef or fried seafood, often shrimp, crawfish, fish, oysters, or crab. The meat is served on New Orleans French bread, known for its crisp crust and fluffy center. Sounds delicious. Love.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that sourdough. This has got to be as good as
Yeah.
any, I guess, sourdough.
I wouldn't say that picture is particularly appetizing. Some other ones look a
Oh,
little bit
yes.
better.
Well,
Yeah,
shrimp. Yes.
yeah, those shrimpies, those look good.
So it's kind of like
Shrimp
kind of like
sandwich.
New Orleans' answer to the Philly steak.
Yeah.
Oyster po' boy. Here we have a comment from Barry Black. Excuse me, oyster. I got to move this.
And I believe Barry
common and awesome.
is in Alabama or something like that.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
someone
he
should open up
know.
a shop like that in Utah, and maybe then I would frequent it.
Yeah.
Do they have any vegetarian po' boy? Probably not.
Probably not. But you could probably, make something like taste
Or
like that.
yeah, that's true.
Do some vegetables
make a
in-
cauliflower and do it like that.
Yeah.
But or you could take a break day, take a meat day.
Sure, meat. Yeah, meat in the middle. All right. Well, what's next, David?
Well, I did want to look up grasshopper. We
Yeah.
we had some questions about the Girl Scout cookies, and then the creme de menthe. That sounds like it's all the same. What's the deal?
Oh, okay. Grasshoppers are the Keebler, but they're the ones
trademarked.
Mhm.
Copyright.
Yeah, but they do have mint and fudge. So let's do grasshopper ice cream flavor, and
Yeah,
that is
So what about just going to etymology and looking up
yes.
grasshopper? Like,
okay. Yeah, what was the reference in the poem in the puzzle? Actually.
41 across.
Mhm.
I don't remember the clue. It said
Okay.
it was a drink that had creme de menthe or something.
No, that's not it. Etim online or once in
Etsy. Yeah, you got to avoid Etsy on the way to Etem Online.
grasshopper.
Grasshopper. It'll say something about the drink, but it'll probably talk about the insect, I'm sure.
Popular name of insects with hind legs, suited to jumping, mid 14th century. Gress shop from Gershopa, grass plus hopper. So that pretty much makes sense there. But should
it
we see
doesn't
about
have the drink.
It doesn't have the drink? Well,
so.
we'll just Google it then.
Yeah.
Grasshopper drink. Okay, yeah, look at that. It looks like melted mint ice cream with a little, after dinner drink, creme de menthe. And
Looks like some chocolate flakes on there.
Mhm.
It
some
does
creme de
seem like a Girl
cacao.
Scout cookie kind of sensibility, or maybe like an Andes. I wish we could figure out that grasshopper is a sweet mint-flavored after-dinner drink. The name of the drink derives from its green color, which comes from the creme de menthe, a bar in. But why green? Because grass is green.
Yeah, or grasshoppers are green.
Oh, okay. Then there's like a milkshake. It's like a milkshake drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds
Well,
delicious.
I've never seen one of those before.
Maybe we'll have to get some going one of these days
Sounds like
for our buzz by.
really good time. That would be fun.
What else here? Give me something we can add them.
Yes, we had a few things we wanted to look up. Um, what about, I know there were a few. They could have been in the clues, the words, and so I'm not seeing all of the.
Yeah, British Open, Rodrigo's Killer, Omen Tire, Hubs. Liesel, David.
Liesel.
That's not an etymology, but that's let's just IMDb this. So we've got sound of music.
We could look up crayon. You know, the crayon and cranberry. I think there is some weird story in there.
Okay. Well, let's
silo.
see.
Where does the word silo come from?
Oh yeah, silo. Let's look that up in a moment here. I'm looking up. Where's Liesel? Liesel, there we go.
Charmaine. Wait, Charmaine.
I'm gonna get a younger picture of her from the. Her face isn't even showing in any of those. Come on now. Oh man, none of these pictures. Why are they all terrible?
Yeah, they're all from a different
that
movie.
one's
It doesn't even look like her. I don't.
kind of this one isn't bad. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay. So then we'll do another one here. And this one is gonna be for breaking. She's actually more Better Call Saul episodes, I think. Have you been watching Better Call Saul?
I have been. I might be an episode or two behind, but I've seen maybe a couple weeks ago. I watched. I don't even want to talk about it because of the potential for spoilers. But there's been some amazing kind of heavy stuff that's been happening. I think. Is it done?
Is what done?
Are there more episodes?
There's more episodes coming out. I think there's a couple more. But so yeah. Oh, Brenda. I don't know. Is that it? That might be it right there. No, that's not it. So
okay, Daniel.
I need to Google Mike's daughter.
Her name isn't Ehrmantraut.
Mike Ehrmantraut and Better Call Saul. There we go. Stacy Ehrmantraut.
Okay, Carrie Condon.
Carrie Condon, is that her?
That's the actress's name.
Okay.
There's a photo there.
Yeah, hold on. I'll get her proper page here.
So you think she looks like
Carrie Condon, like that?
Liesel from. That's what with the K. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, is that her?
That's her.
Okay, here we go.
Right?
They're both
It's a little bit of Lieselness.
I'll give it to you.
Look at those dimps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. They both have dimples.
Okay.
You're right.
She could definitely play her in the remake. Okay. Well, what else? Was there a proper etymology we wanted to dig into? Any?
Yeah, we said. I said maybe silo.
Oh yeah, silo. Let's check that out. Silo, French maybe.
Yeah, perhaps.
From Spanish silo, traditionally derived from Latin serum, nominative cirrus, from Greek syros, a pit to keep corn in. The change from R to L in Spanish is abnormal, and Greek syros was a rare foreign term peculiar to regions of Asia Minor and not likely to emerge in Castilian Spain. Alternatively, the Spanish word is from pre-Roman Iberian language, which word represented by Basque zilo, zulo, dugout, cave, or shelter for keeping grain, meaning underground housing and launch tube for a guided missile, is attested from 1958. Yeah. Okay, silo, and then at some point it goes from meaning the pit that you keep stuff in to becoming a verb, or
just because you're isolating a product kind of in a
Yeah,
silo,
siloing.
and
Yeah.
then it just becomes representative of that concept
Yeah.
to people. It
Great.
doesn't cover that.
No, no, they don't have any of that.
The verb, like
Yeah.
if you scroll down, it doesn't have silo verb.
No, it does not. It just has some
It's a shame.
T-shirts.
Usually this site has everything.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
I
Well,
suppose it has ensilage, which is a noun. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that?
no, ensilage. This is a mode of storing green fodder, etc., by burying it in pits or silos dug in the ground. From French ensilage, ensilar, put in a silo. From Spanish ensilar. So,
I
same.
think of silos as kind of coming out of the ground, but I guess originally they were in the
Sure.
ground,
Yeah.
or maybe the ones that come out of the ground are also in the ground. They have like a basement level.
Maybe there's no basement in the Alamo though.
Oh, good. That's you
Don't
got to
forget
take note.
that.
I wrote that down at the end of that movie, and I'll never forget.
No.
Hey,
Hashtag
what about crayon? You want to look up crayon for
Coco. You
the
want me to look up
prefix
cran?
in Edom Online? There, you can kind of do crayon hyphen and then or cranberry for that's fine.
Let's see. Cranberry. The name of the fruit cranberry. Several species of swamp growing shrub. From German cranberry, from crane, sea crane, low middle German berry. The reason for the name is not known. Perhaps as so many were fancied the resemblance between the plant's stamens and the beaks of cranes. Okay. Um,
Huh.
Cranberry, crane. So like a craneberry.
Okay, that's not what I
Maybe.
expected. Yeah.
No, no. Okay. And so yeah, crane like is like gonna be what, just like a long, maybe they have long stamens,
Yeah.
their flowers. Okay, what
Okay.
else?
I think that I keep looking around. I can't think of any other unless you see something in a clue. Like there were all those Japanese terms. Did we want to look up the different elements like tobiko or ikura at a
Yeah,
Japanese restaurant?
let's do
We
that.
understand
Tobiko. Japanese word for flying fish, roe.
it's roe. Okay, so it's
Mm-hmm.
one type of eggs from a
Mm-hmm.
fish, and then but
And
that's
was
that's
there
not much of an etymology there.
no? Do you want
I think we're okay to move on to our art section whenever you're ready for it, Daniel.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, perfect. I feel transferred into a different section now. Like this
Good.
is the art section.
Okay.
It's good to be here with you, Daniel.
It's good to be here with you, David, in our arts section. And do you want to go first, or shall I?
Well, yeah. Why don't you go first?
Okay. Allow me. A lot of good options this week. A lot that could be discussed, but I think the one that I put off talking about last time and that I wanted to talk about a lot is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And have you seen it, David?
I started it and I've seen perhaps the first half and had to stop it, and we haven't had a chance to resume. But I look
Okay.
forward to it. We loved what we've seen so far,
Okay.
and
Well,
it's
I'll
fun.
keep it all spoiler free.
Okay, that's fair. That's to be expected, I suppose.
Yeah. And in a way, I debated even sharing this with people, because I kind of feel like the movie needs to be just kind of experienced, rather than like giving any sort of
Yeah.
preparation or context. But maybe I'll just give some little things that I feel like this movie is a mixture of.
While you're
or
talking
like,
about it, just click on that poster so it can be zoomed in on it. I want to observe that. Okay, so go ahead.
So it feels like it's got a little bit of The Matrix meets Being John Malkovich meets I don't know what else. Actually, that might get it pretty well, or like Fear and Loathing, uh, and Scott Pilgrim.
Wow. Okay, that's a big blender of movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's not derivative of any of those, although it definitely does nod to movies sometimes
Uh
in
huh.
its with within its
So it
you
does
know
some winking.
a little bit of winking, some light winking.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it. The parts that I saw were very clever and kind of startling, kind
Yeah,
of breaking of expectations, and
yeah,
also that the film technique was um, like like primitive effects. They didn't do
yeah. It
anything.
wasn't anything. It was a lot of practical effects, but
Yeah,
just
like
deployed
that.
in the
They
most.
function. It works totally well to
Yeah,
do what it's trying to do.
yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, it's just it's a movie that it's like you don't want to give away too much of the plot, but it's family dynamics with a little bit of multiversal magic happening.
Yeah. It does
So
so far.
that's it. Yeah,
It does suffer the one flaw, the one kind of trope that's in movies that kind of I'm tired of is a character, a performer, starting in Act One with a character and making them so miserable that they're like they're almost hard to stomach watching. They're just being jerks and they're like being so deliberately obnoxious so that they can go through their kind of Act Two and Act Three
yeah.
development, and then they win you over by the end. But the Act One can be so um, kind of painful to experience. I feel.
It's a very kind of uh awkward, but I feel like the call to adventure comes pretty quickly, and you start to have a little more uh you know response by our protagonists
Yeah,
to yeah,
that's true. I agree. You're right. It comes pretty quickly.
yeah. But I love the performances. Michelle Yeoh is phenomenal, and hadn't seen Ke Hui Kwan. I think I'm saying his name. I don't know if I'm saying his
Right.
name right,
Yeah.
but we all
Since
know him as from like Short Round in Indiana Jones or
right
The
or in
Goonies.
Goonies.
But I hadn't seen him in anything as adult. I think he's done some other stuff, but in this he is just um like just so kinetic. Like his performance is just like such a great physical performance,
Yeah.
that it was a real delight. I'm trying to think. Yeah,
Yeah, seeing him really struck a nostalgic chord for me.
yeah.
Seeing him and just the the delight on his face to kind of
Well, he
when
essentially looks like, so if we track his career here, he Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was in 1984. That's the first credit on his thing in
right
1984. He was born in 71, so he was like 13 years old. He played probably more like he was like 10 or 11-year old. He was a child, a character rather than like a young man. He was certainly in that one. But he was also a very uh cynical kind of child and grown up at the same time. Okay, so that is followed up by Goonies,
hmm
then some Cyndi Lauper videos, then Passenger, Suga Sugi Sarishi Ihi. This is looks like a Japanese movie,
hmm
and yeah, okay. And then Nothing Is Easy, a TV series. He's in 19 episodes of that.
yeah, in the late
In
'80s.
86 to 87. Looks like he's on the main family here. What do we got here? We've got Elliot Gould.
Wow. I don't know this show at all. The dad
Yeah.
is Elliot Gould. That's great.
Yeah, and it's like this, like, oh, look at that. You got what's her name? Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace. Yeah. It just says
Um,
it at the bottom of the
and
image.
then the young man here, I know him from isn't he on, he's on Orville, isn't he? He was on the
Oh.
um what's his
Oh,
name?
it's Scott Grimes? Is
Scott
he?
Grimes.
That's the
Yeah.
redhead? No, he isn't.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. I don't yeah, I definitely didn't see this, but
Oh my
it's like
goodness.
a family of like, clearly diverse
Wow.
adopted children, and
That's
you
amazing.
know, what's it called again?
Nothing is
Nothing is
easy. A
easy.
couple with kids sitcom. That's
Yeah,
the name of the
a
show.
couple with kids
That's the
sitcom is how it's
yeah.
described.
Hyphenated. Couple with kids is hyphenated.
19
Okay,
episodes they did. Okay, cool. Well, that's K Hui Kwan was in that,
great. Yeah,
but
very
then he was also and then he was like not in anything.
in the
Where did he
'90s, very
go?
little, and
I
in
have
the
to
2000s,
go back to this.
also very little.
Yeah, he was, and then he wasn't in anything from 2002 to 2021. So a couple more. He's in Encino Man, Tales from the Crypt episode, Head of the Class. He was in 27 episodes, 90 to 91, Head of the Class. This is like a laid back teacher provides needed guidance about life for a special class of exceptional students. He's not on the poster of that, so he wasn't even. Oh, what is that? A Monty
Is it,
Python guy? Is
is
that
that
John
Billy?
Cleese?
Is it Billy Connell? Oh, is it John
Oh
Cleese?
no, you're right. That's Billy Connolly, I think. Wow, this is fascinating. Okay, so he was in that, and then a couple other movies, Finding, and then he wasn't in anything for almost 20 years, 20, almost 20 years, 19 years.
Yeah.
And then he was in a movie in 2021 called Finding Ohana, which looks like a little kid adventure movie taking place in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then he shows up in, and let's see, in Finding Ohana, is he like a lead? I mean, it's kids. We're not seeing him in the on the
Right.
poster. We're
He's
not
not
seeing
on
him
the
in the
top
trailer.
billing in the three
He's
stars.
like
He's like 10th build, 8th build.
eighth build there, yeah. And then he was in Everything Everywhere, and he's probably the second,
I know that
third,
movie took a long time to produce. Do you think that it would? I mean, it
maybe.
sometimes the date it was
Yeah.
released it says one thing, but it takes a
Yeah.
long time to do something.
I should say for anybody who doesn't know anything about this movie yet, the description on IMDb is an aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes, connecting with the lives she could have led.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a trip.
Directed by two people, Dan Kwan and Daniel
Scheinert.
Scheinert.
Yeah, and I looked at their things, and I can't remember any of their other credits, if any of
I
them
know
were.
that I think that the Russo
Oh, that's
brothers
right.
were
Yeah,
involved in the
same
on the
same
side.
directors. The two things, Dan Kwan, Daniel Scheinert
Oh,
directed and
Swiss
wrote
Army Man. I
Swiss
never
Army
saw
Man.
that.
I never did either, but I've heard it's very, very trippy, which now tracks. Now
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. So Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. But anyway, that's my recommendation. Couldn't recommend it more. Most refreshing movie I've seen in a while.
Well reviewed here on IMDb, 8.2 out of 10 from users, and the
Yeah.
Metacritic score, which is a little bit lower down, is in the high 80s, I think, too. 81, low 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So
So yeah,
that's so fun. Thanks for sharing that. Everything, everywhere, all the time, all at once.
all at once.
Everything,
Yeah,
everywhere, all at once.
all the
I'll
time.
try
Yeah.
to. I'll try to.
James
get that
Hong is
watched.
also fantastic in it. I'll just say
I saw parts with Jamie Lee Curtis too, and she
she's
was
great.
hilarious.
Jenny
I'm seeing
Slate's
here
in it
now
too.
that Randy Newman and Jenny Slate are in it. That's fun.
Yeah.
And James Hong, yeah, he is.
Did you get as far as Rakakuni?
No, I don't think I got
Okay,
that far.
you'll get it.
Okay, no spoilers, Daniel.
Okay. All right. Well, David, what would you like to review now?
Okay,
or
well,
present?
I finished listening to an audiobook
Yeah.
of a book that I'd like to tell you about a little bit.
Okay.
It's a book called The Dawn of Everything it's you could just do the book. The book is fine too. You don't need to do the audiobook, I guess. But
Okay.
but it's by David Graeber and David Wengrow, and it is a kind of it kind of tells the story of human history, and it discards, or it kind of it argues against what is a kind of what the common assumed history, which I guess we could, you and I'm curious to ask you, Daniel, what you think is or I should say, I'll run this by you, and you tell me if you feel like this is the general sense of history that you have, that
Okay.
human beings started out as
what
cavemen.
history is? Okay, go on.
That humans being started out as primitive, I don't know, cavemen. Kind of
Sure.
clumsy,
Tribal,
dumb cavemen, and then that became tribal hunter-gatherers. Then kind of, and then they came across what is considered to be like the agricultural revolution or something, and then they settled into agricultural kind of communities and tribes, and civilization comes along eventually. There's rough patches of empire and tribal and warfare and all that kind of stuff, but then you get to monarchies, and you advance slowly up to finally you get to democracy, and then it kind of is this kind of trudge in direction of progress somehow, right? Is that what you would say? is fair?
I mean, I think I would maybe take some issue. I would when asked honestly about what the story of history is, I would say there are different stories, and it all depends on what you want to include and what you want to focus on. But some of those things that you said seem like they're pretty like factual. The fact that we can say that there were no what we define as civilizations before, what, I don't know, 10,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Or that we can say that there's no evidence that humans had civilization before that, or that we can say confidently that there were no Homo sapiens, more than 200,000 years ago, 200,000 years, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Even this paragraph you have in the sample, the intro says, most of human history is irreparably lost to us. Our species, Homo sapiens, has existed for at least 200,000 years, but for most of that time,
good guess.
we have had next to no idea what was happening. Anyway, this book kind of proposes a counter argument against that narrative that I kind of portrayed, and
what I would agree with is that narrative that you described is definitely the taught or the implied narrative of sort of Western scientific progress.
Yeah, and at times these two are David Wengrow and David Graeber are sometimes just called the Davids. That's how they're referred to. And they argue, and they argue against specific people sometimes who kind of popularized certain ideas, but like Jean-Jacques Rousseau is one person that you can even see here listed. And eventually they kind of speak against things that are popularized by Yuval Noah Harari and by Steven Pinker and stuff like that. There's the rough idea, though, is that they kind of suggest that there were advanced forms of organized and advanced forms of government and economies that existed in the very primitive human history, and they kind of do some arguing against Fukuyama and Jared Diamond, other very popular kind of anthropology types.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so I want to see if I can get like the final conclusion of their like intro or something here and get it summed up. Let's see. Keep going.
Yeah, you're kind of scrolling through the Amazon intro segment here.
Yeah. Okay, so let's read like this.
Yeah, go.
Oh wait, now it won't let me go back. Oh,
In
there we
what's
go.
to follow, it said, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So for
Okay,
about
yeah, for
you
about
want to read
a
it?
decade now. Yeah, go ahead.
For about a decade now, that is the two authors of this book, the Davids that I inserted, have been engaged in a congratulations, in a prolonged conversation. Oh, also congratulations with each other about exactly these questions. No more of that. This is the reason for the book's somewhat unusual structure, which begins by tracing the historical roots of the question, what is the origin of social inequality? Back to a series of encounters between European colonists and Native American intellectuals in the 17th century. The impact of those encounters upon what we now term the Enlightenment, and indeed our basic conceptions of human history, is both more subtle and profound than we usually care to admit. Revisiting them, as we discovered, has startling implications for how we make sense of the human past today, including the origins of farming, property, cities, democracy, slavery, and civilization itself. In the end, we decided to write a book that would echo, to some degree at least, that evolution in our own thought. In those conversations, the real breakthrough moment came when we decided to move away from European thinkers like Rousseau entirely and instead consider perspectives that derive from those indigenous thinkers who ultimately inspired them. So let us begin right here. Well, that's very interesting. I find that provocative and intriguing, and I definitely love like counter narratives, especially like counter common, you know, uh, uh, not common sense, but maybe common sense
Yeah, or
narratives. Yeah,
intuition, or sometimes you
counterintuitive. Yeah.
what we think is intuitive is also just built into like a sense of common um,
Agreed or sort of like received
yeah,
wisdom.
received wisdom. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
and that is those intuitions are faulty sometimes. Clearly,
Yeah.
and who knows how right they are. I think it's a real good book.
But
And
you found their arguments compelling to some degree, or is there?
yeah, in fact, the kind of the spirit of it all at the end makes you feel like we're not locked into what we are now. That human history has such rich opportunity for organization style. We could become all sorts of different types of we can reform and exist in ways where there's less poverty, and where there's more equal distribution of wealth, stuff like that.
Well, it
Those
sounds
aren't.
like an optimistic outlook on um, kind of like where what humanity could become.
Yeah, yeah. I would say it is an optimistic outlook, if not, but also kind of uh, um, socialist slash anarchist kind of um, angle. I would say kind of in that direction. It's nudging a little.
Okay, I like that. I like a little anarchy with my coffee in the morning. Well, cool. I will think about using my newly acquired credits. I did subscribe just barely to um what do you call it? What's that
What do I
audio?
call it?
The big
Blinkist,
no, the big audiobooks
Audible.
Audible, yeah. And was perusing and trying to find something that sounded most exciting to listen to. So this sounds pretty interesting. Maybe I'll give it a listen.
It's pretty dense. It's pretty interesting stuff. Like it talks about how recent studies have like discovered they've had to do more research into the shoreline of like Northern California and up to Canada to like the people back then were living lower down. The oceans were lower down, and so
Mm,
they were living closer to the shore, and now they're uh, whatever they left behind is underwater. So new research has to be done on the with underwater tools, and
yeah,
and they're learning lots of interesting things about that stuff.
gets exciting. New discoveries made all the time. people put things together from the weirdest little, inferences about all the science of that is pretty amazing. Archaeology and
But speaking of Northern California, though, I'll segue off for just a moment to the fact that the tennis professional tennis season has swung into North America now, and tennis tournaments are kind of ramping up to the U.S. Open that's going to happen in September. So if anyone is out there who's a fan and likes to watch tennis, a lot of times it's hard to watch tennis because it's happening in like Dubai or Australia, and the time zones aren't convenient. You're usually sleeping around those times. So live tennis is available, and to watch. Tournaments are happening in like Toronto and Montreal and in Cincinnati and in Baja California,
Toledo.
Not in Toledo, Cincinnati, Ohio, but not.
We were
going
to look up Toledo. Remember, we were.
Let's look that up. That's right.
Up as our last.
So Toledo was Toledo made. We want to know why Toledo, Spain, is named that, and then we want to know why Toledo, Ohio, is named that. So that's two different. Wikipedia probably has an etymology in their first.
Probably. Toledo is a city and municipality of Spain, capital of the province of Toledo, and de jure seat of government and parliament. Okay, let's see. History, Roman era, late antiquities.
We go up a little bit. Town was granted arms. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Maybe an etymology of where Toledo came from. Toledo, Latin, Toletum, is mentioned. Okay, well let's just do this. Like define Toletum. Latin. Let's see. Latin. A fine tapered sword or sword blade. Toledo.
Yeah, well, it's a famous sword manufacturing city, but Latin origin history from a Celtic word for hill. Toletum.
Okay, yeah, akin to toll. Proper noun. Toletum.
Okay, toll. Oh, tell. Yeah, okay.
So it's like a hill. Toledo.
So it is a hill, by the way. You go to Toledo, it's like, I don't know, it's like up. You see it from forever. It's a very flat area, and then boom, Toledo comes out of Toledo, or comes popping out.
Sure. Okay,
and so it was a place to put a castle and it'd be a very defended area.
So let's see about Toledo, Ohio.
Let's.
Lucas County, Ohio. It's got a population 2020 census, 79th largest city in the United States. So it's not small. Cute little city. Nice little skyline right there. See that? That's
nice. I do see it.
Across a lake or something. Fourth is the fourth most populous city in Ohio after Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Okay. After the conclusion of the Toledo War, it was incorporated into Ohio in 1837. So it was,
But the name, but what about...
Okay. So let's see its history here. Historic tribes of Wyandotte moved there. Nothing...
Yeah, nothing. It's just here we have a Wikipedia article that doesn't talk about the name.
Yeah. Well,
what if you search for the word name?
Name, yeah. Let's try that. Name. Greeks named. The settlement chose the name Toledo. The inhabitants of this joint settlement chose the name Toledo. But the reason for this choice is buried in a welter of legends. One recounts that Washington Irving, who was traveling in Spain at the time, suggested the name to his brother, a local resident. This explanation ignores the fact that Irving returned to the United States in 1932. Others award the honor to Tu Stickney, a man named Tu Stickney, son of the major who quaintly numbered his sons and named his daughters after states.
The most popular version attributes the naming to Willard J. Daniels, a merchant who reportedly suggested Toledo because it is easy to pronounce and pleasant in sound, and there is no other city of that name on the American continent. That's
Okay.
a good enough reason to name anything.
Yeah, I wonder if one last thing I'll look at is if Toledo has their own like city thing. They might have like a little history on their
Oh,
thing, and let's see what
the
they say.
website, the
Yeah,
city
for
website.
the city website. Yeah,
Yeah,
city
maybe they've
websites do
built
that.
out the backronym
Yeah,
to
history
Toledo
or
to
something.
stand for.
Departments, fire, open data, request the service. Come on,
This
give
is
me
like
some
this is like yeah,
visitors.
yeah,
Vis-
this is for something that they need their own Leslie Knope
oh, they
kind
need
of
some
character.
history. Where's the history? Okay, all right, I'll call that
Yeah,
good.
and they need some etymology on
Yeah,
their
get that Adam going.
.gov website.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's say thank you to our listeners
Yes, thank you,
and our
listeners.
viewers.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah. Thanks for commenting.
Yes,
Sam, producer Sam, thanks for
the
keeping us live streaming, keeping us sounding good.
mm-hmm.
We didn't use our phone a friend. That's
No,
okay.
we
We'll
saved
save
that
it
one
up.
for later.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
bank it.
yeah. We'll
And
try our oyster po' boy sometime.
yeah. And yeah, well, from thanks to Salt and Studio, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you
Yeah,
like to pod.
you can follow us
And
on Twitter and on Instagram.
yeah,
I think.
we usually on this a couple hours at least before we decide to go live, we
Yeah,
give you a
yeah,
little
and then you'll
shout.
get an if you follow us, then
Then you'll
a
get that
notification
notification.
that
Yeah, there you go.
we
First and
always
third
notify.
Thursdays usually. And yeah, that's it. David, you got anything you want to say?
I don't.
That's a pretty good place to stop recording.